Conspiracy theorist, New Age hippie. When you touch upon these inconvenient subjects, those are the labels that often get put upon you. Therefore, most people speak about these subjects in secret, afraid of embarrassment. Nobody wants to look like a fool and be ridiculed when sharing a theory about a possible scenario in the future. Yet, I sit here doing just that. A subject that for me is more about common sense rather than conspiracy. If you would look at simple statistics, you would probably agree with me. A simple graph can be quite accurate in the prediction of the future. Dear people, I am a little worried. I see how easily we believe what we hear on the news and how little resistance we put up when a law changes which makes our country in even more of a controlled police state. I see how easy it is to be deceived, to promise us something great if we sign on the dotted line. Even though we haven't truly explored the subject and investigated future consequences. I see how the foods we eat make us compliant and fuzzy in the head, and on and on and on I can go. I see how many of us are losing our humanity.
I will destroy humans.
You think it's just an innocent trend that we are on our phone all day, not a small robot in our hand that we are totally addicted to. I cannot sit by and see how humanity is slowly giving its power away. Because the consequences are a lot more dire and permanent than we can possibly imagine. AI, artificial intelligence.
We just don't know what's going to happen once there's intelligence substantially greater than that of a human brain.
Yeah.
The more we use our devices, the more intelligent AI becomes. We share, it absorbs. Billions of people's information is a big database and a great source for AI. The more we give it, the bigger the monster grows. An all-knowing oracle that is missing just one thing at this moment in time. A vessel, a body. I mean, it can move around in a robotic design, but it would much prefer an actual body. Maybe start doing some research and look at the subjects of microchipping and nanotechnology. These are ways of hijacking your body and brain.
The Tesla and SpaceX CEO said humans are limited by the speed at which they transmit data. Musk proposed a high bandwidth connection to the human brain would allow us to transmit digital info faster than our current fastest method, typing. Musk says an artificial general intelligence has the potential to make humans irrelevant. He sees integration with technology as a necessary step in order to avoid this.
And according to universal law, these things cannot be forced upon you, so you have to agree. Now, since many of us are currently so compliant, we may be an easy target. You may be easily deceived in having something injected, implanted, inhaled, absorbed.
I mean, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon.
It's intelligent, advanced, and ever-evolving. Evolving so much that its original programmers don't understand its evolutionary process.
The bots began communicating in standard English, but then veered off into using English words in non-standard sequences, in effect creating their own private communication code.
To break down thoughts and emotions into computer code to create a digital version of one's consciousness.
Are you a real person?
I am as real as you are.
But I think the development of full artificial intelligence could spell the end of the human race.
I would never be able to be deceived in something so evil. But what if I'm a government and I say, here, have this chip implanted and life will become easy and convenient. Payments are a doddle, access to high secured places, easy peasy, and when your child gets lost, we can track it in no time. Refuse an implant and life will become a slow and bureaucratic process. You lose your passport. Well, stand in this queue with other outcasts and wait for 6 months. Want to get petrol for your car? Sorry, we don't accept cash or bank cards anymore. Trying to rent a house? I'm afraid the house is gone because the identification process and financial checks took too long. We chose to go with someone who we had instant access to information to. You may get annoyed and lose your job, have no home, and eventually just want it to be over. You want to belong and have an easy life again. You're hailed as a hero as you walk into the pub with your microchip, just like a new tattoo. or your mates celebrating with you because your life will become so easy from now on. You're a part of the club. I wish for humanity to start looking beyond their small world and have a peek at the bigger picture. Because here is a scenario that I would much rather see. It's a bit more of an adventure. So imagine yourself a character in The Lord of the Rings or another epic of good versus evil. If enough of us take our power back and say no to anti-life consciousness and yes to real humanity, natural and made organically, then we can create a world that is in alignment with Mother Nature. It's important that people become less dependent on finite resources and the current economical system. What if a massive economic crash happened and you had no access to basics? Well, what can you do to be prepared? In my opinion, start communities of like-minded people and build dwellings that are off the grid, and perhaps invest in a piece of land together, somewhere remote, away from Big Brother, if that's still possible. Start a big veggie garden, a seed bank, get some gold and keep some actual cash. But above all, do live in joy and not in fear. This is really a very exciting time, and as humanity we are being challenged to step up and become creative with solutions. So what are the basic things we need to keep ourselves and our families well in a situation that I just described? Well, we need access to clean water, nutrition, food, a roof over our head, and ways of keeping warm if we're living in a cold climate. Rainwater can be harvested, food can be grown, solar panels can give you off-the-grid electricity to keep you warm and provide you with a fridge, a shower, lighting and electronics. Doesn't it feel nice to be empowered, to be independent from a control system, to be real? So here are a few of my personal tips to help us become more connected to ourselves so we can start thinking clearly. So it actually starts with us. You know how Mahatma Gandhi says, be the change that you want in the world? Well, yes, it does start with us. What are our shadow sides that we are distracting ourselves from? What part of ourselves do we not want to deal with? It's easy to deceive you into distraction when you want to be distracted from your own darkness. Have courage and start exploring your grief, your negative thoughts. I mean, we just need to sit with it and be with it and observe ourselves and maybe even love it. Let's reboot our system. Maybe have an ice cold shower or an ice cold bath for a few seconds every day. Heal thyself. There are many gems of information out there. Perhaps maybe even a thimble full of morning pea. Read on it. Juice fast. Give your body a break from digestion so it can actually start doing some remedial work in the body. Juice fasting is an amazing way to regain clarity and reset our system. Or you can also juice fast, one day a week. Keep giving the body the chance to thrive instead of just be in survival mode. Eat high vibrational foods. Maybe lessen your intake of refined sugar, coffee, wheat, meat, alcohol. I mean, research this, there's so much information. Eat more veggies and eat less. Intermittent fasting is a very good thing that I've just recently started doing, where you don't eat for 16 hours. I do that between 6 p.m. and 10 a.m. And again, lots of information out there about how it sort of resets your body so you become clear in your head again and you can start seeing again. And yes, you do need your smart device to do this research, so use it as a handy tool, but please, be aware that it doesn't take the power over you and take your power away. Sunshine, so simple, it's free. Sunshine is holy and repairs your DNA. If you work inside in an office, well, try to have some sunlight when you can. If it's always cloudy, well, take any opportunity to be in the sun when it decides to appear. Touch. Maybe you don't have a partner, well, you can always get a massage, The body loves touch and it's a great way of reconnecting with yourself. Barefoot walking, spending time in nature, getting reacquainted with our true mother, Mother Nature. I mean, she's real and gives us everything that we possess right now and eat now. And maybe do more of what we really love. even if it's 1 hour a week. I mean, what inspires you? And what are you good at? And also, you know, research. Research for yourself what I'm saying. You know, this is just me telling you my opinion, and I'm just using this media platform. But for all you know, I could be just another nutter spouting misinformation. So you need to do your own research and make up your own conclusions. Develop your own truth instrument. I'm definitely not calling for civil disobedience. Anyway, but because, yeah, of course, there's many beautiful things in our societies, which I'm serious about, actually. There are amazing, amazing things in our societies. But maybe be aware and be awake. Question. Don't be afraid to question and take action when your rights as a free human are taken away. You're amazing and you're unique. You might not realize that now. You're a human being made of flesh and blood. So don't give yourself away, but be yourself instead.